Welcome to part 2. Now, Peter Munya, who is the Cabinet Secretary for Industry, was recently interrogated, or shall I use the Kenyan term grilled, by the DCI. And he had something very interesting to say. He said that immediately he moved into the ministry, he could sense pressure to sign some certain documents related to the dam projects. And he got very suspicious over this pressure. And he wondered what was the personal interest. Indeed, he suspected that there was a personal interest in some people within the ministry, that he quickly signs those documents related to the dams. Now, Munya says that this individual, who has not been named, kept on calling him, asking him why he had not signed the documents. And that is not all. This other very powerful individual kept on calling him, telling him to make sure that this damn manenos never gets to the press. Now, he has not named that individual, and I have a pretty good idea who that individual is. However, for today, let your guess be as good as mine. However, this one I can tell you for sure, that individual will be arrested. And I can also tell you something else about that individual. That individual is a very powerful senior member of the Jubilee government. That is an arrest that will definitely excite Kenyans. Somebody else, I am highly doubtful. In fact, let me put it like this. I'll be surprised if the cabinet CS, Bwana Henry Rotich, comes out of all this unscathed. Going by what we have seen so far, the best outcome he can ever hope from this is for him to lose his cabinet portfolio. That's the best outcome. Let me just leave it at that. Of course, I know you're aware a lot of other worse things than that could easily happen to him over the dam scandal. Now, another question I've been asked, is it true that before the president went to visit the deputy president in his office, he had a meeting with a man called Raila Odinga? The answer is yes, it appears to be true. Now, why is this significant? Actually, it's very simple, and let's keep it simple. The handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and His Excellency Raila Odinga was not well received by the DP Ruto camp, and with good reason. The reason is the handshake has shifted power away from the deputy president to Raila Odinga. And so, if it is true that President Uhuru Kenyatta's visit to his deputy was a peace meeting, it was a peace initiative, as most of the press have put it, then it can only mean that power has once again shifted away from Raila Odinga and the handshake back to the deputy president. That's the only way peace can be restored. Peace in quotes. Peace between the DP Ruto camp and the president. And so, common sense tells us, if the president indeed met Raila Odinga before he met DP Ruto, then that was definitely not a peace meeting. And power and influence within the government has not shifted back to the deputy president. It's really as simple as that. Let me give you another example to help you understand this better. And let's take you back to your school days. You have reported somebody, another student. Let's even say you have reported your prefect to the headmaster. And before the headmaster meets with you, he meets with his prefect. What do you think the outcome of that will be? If you understand these things well, then what it means is that it's highly likely that the outcome of your meeting with the headmaster will be not what you expect. Because if there was trouble for the prefect, what would have happened is that the headmaster would have met you first, and then maybe summoned the prefect later. But if he's seeing the prefect before he sees you, things are not good for you. It's very simple. Now, the next question I'd like to tackle is highly sensitive, and it's also a little deep. Yeah, so you'll need to put on your thinking caps. Okay? And the question was simply this: is the Moi family and the Kenyatta family, those two families, are they morally justified, in leading the fight against corruption? That is quite a question. Wouldn't you agree? Now, all Kenyans are fully behind the president, or let me just put it this way: the vast majority of Kenyans are fully behind the president in his fight against corruption. Most Kenyans realize that this fight against corruption is a fight for the very soul of Kenya. If this fight is lost by any chance, then the soul of Kenya is lost. And when the soul of somebody is lost, it means that person is lost. They're dead, they're gone. So in other words, if the fight against corruption in Kenya fails, then Kenya is finished. Most people agree with that. I too believe that. And because this fight is so important, it does not matter so much who is leading it. What matters is if it succeeds. That is the view of the vast majority of Kenyans. However, it is also true that what we're seeing currently in Kenya is old money fighting new money. At the end of the day, money controls politics. Money controls everything. Okay? Now, I'm afraid this is highly sensitive. And if you want to get full details of what I mean, that it's old money versus new money, then you need to become a member of Club 1999, and you'll receive this highly sensitive video. I believe on your screens right now you can see details of what you need to do. It's very easy to join, and you'll be able to get not only this sensitive video, but other many sensitive videos that you've missed in the past. This is why I said in part 2 of this video that Kenya, the country called Kenya, is in labor. It is in the labor ward. And the results are unpredictable. And the results could be very good or very bad. There's hardly a middle ground. Folks, Kenya is at a crossroads. And what will happen after this is so crucial that it's going to affect very many generations to come of Kenyans. That is how important it is. What is happening in Kenya right now is bigger than anybody. It is bigger than any one leader. That is really what it is. But maybe just to give you a glimpse, a small snippet of what I discuss in my very highly sensitive video, where I include actual incidences, very critical instances that have unfolded in Kenya recently, concerning this money. Anyway, to give you a glimpse, for you to prosecute somebody for corruption, or for enriching themselves using public funds, you need something very important called evidence. Now, already we have seen it has proved to be very difficult, very hard work for the DCI to get evidence on corruption that happened just the other day, last month, last week, in the last few months. Okay? It has already proved to be very difficult. So, let me ask a question. Do you think it is going to be possible? Do you think it is going to be easy to get evidence to prosecute corruption that happened, for instance, during the Moi era, almost 20 years ago? Do you think that's going to be possible? Because we live in a country where things are done by due process. You can't just go and grab somebody's wealth, because you suspect it was obtained through corrupt means. You can't do that. What you need is irrefutable evidence. Evidence that can stand up in a court of law. Not hearsay or rumors, or something you heard somebody say to you 20 years ago. No. You need hard, solid evidence. And that is why the argument amongst a section of Kenyans that all corruption was done before, or people enrich themselves before using public funds, and therefore, if you start accusing, this person who started doing corruption only the other day, you're witch hunting. You're aiming, you're targeting a community. This person is less guilty than those who stole many years ago and stole for many years ago. After all, this person has stolen for a short time. You know the argument I'm talking about. I know which camp is arguing like that. Well, I'm very sorry, and I'm not favoring anybody. That argument does not hold any water. And that argument going forward will be extremely difficult to sustain. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.